Hello and welcome to Quasi's Bell Tower with your host, Quasi. And today we're going to learn how to make square spiral pillars. So let's get to it. Okay, so to make this square spiral pillar, you're going to need about a 4-inch long piece of XPS foam. This is 3/4 inch thick. You can use 1/2 inch thick, which would probably make this project a little easier, but all I have is 3/4, and I kind of prefer 3/4 inch XPS foam. So what we're going to do is we're going to cut this at a 1/2 inch. It'll be 1/2 inch on one side, so it'll be a 1/2 inch by 1/2 inch. And that will be our piece for our pillar, right here. Okay, so next all we're going to do is mark this every 1/4 of an inch, just at the edge. So every 1/4 of an inch you'll mark this all the way down till you get to the very end. Make sure you don't make any mistakes, like I did already. But I can fix that. Okay, and what I do to make this a little bit easier to mark it all, I kind of just flip it a little bit and just kind of tease the line over the corner, just so I don't have to mark that anymore. Just a little bit so I know it's there. You don't have to make the line very big. You're just kind of indenting it in so you see it. And then I'll do that on this side, and on that side, and on that side, and then we'll be right back. Now, if you did all your little notches for every 1/4 of an inch correctly, and you measured it on this side being flush, and then kind of done the same thing there and there, not taking your ruler and going from here to there, don't be flipping it around because you'll mess it all up. But once you got that all done, you got your lines all nice. What you do is you take from your first line here, on this side here, and you match it up to the second line here. So then you just draw a line like this. Yes, we are going to do that one, but if you don't want to, you don't have to. But you just go through, bring it down, and it's just basically matching up these lines at an angle. It's about a 45-degree angle, maybe 35. I didn't really check the angle of it all, but it'll all match out. So you're basically going to do that, and then you're going to go on the other side and basically start on the same side and do the same thing all the way down. So you'll do that on all 4 sides, and when it's done, it'll look like that on all 4 sides. Okay guys, I started doing some of my angles a little early. I was in the middle of recording before I got interrupted, so I basically had to do this all over again. So those are 2 of my cuts already, but you just pick a side basically, and you try to set up your knife. Make sure it's a nice sharp blade, and you just kind of pick an angle and try to stay with that same thing. I don't really have a certain way of doing this. I just went at like a 35 or 45-degree angle and try to keep that same angle the whole time. See, and it just popped right out just like that. So you just do that all the way through each one of these. And you just try to get them to meet up with each other the best you can. Like I said, don't go too deep with it. A couple back and forth strokes with it like that is pretty good and is good enough. You don't want to, like I said, you don't want to go too deep. So that's all you do. So I'll finish this side up. Okay. You just do this all the way down it. If it doesn't, like I said, if it doesn't connect when you make those 2 cuts, just go back through it again. I'm sure there's just a little tiny piece you missed, and then it'll pop right off. I'm just going to turn this to make this cut a little easier for me, but it's the same thing. Just make a couple strokes through, and then come through with the other side. And they should match right up. See, boom, down. Then you're just going to switch off to the other side here, and what you're going to do is keep that same cut. So you got this cut here, and now you're going to do it like this again, and then kind of keep it, like I said, at that 45-degree angle, 35, whatever, and just do it like that. See, and then that'll work. And when you get done, it'll be spiraled all the way through. Okay, so you just keep doing that. Like I said, it took me, the first time I did this, it come out pretty good. Like I said, I'm not sure about the angles, but just keep doing that. Keep following it all the way through, and it'll come out just fine. Okay, guys, so I have mine all done here. All the sides are done. I do see a couple little lines like that are a little deeper here, and one here. If you can notice it at all, maybe when I'm turning it, you can notice it. But once you cover it up with paint, you won't even be able to tell anyways. So I took the edges here, the corners here, where I had a little line, and I just gently, I didn't go at much of an angle. I went like a 10 degree angle on that, maybe 5 degree. I didn't go like a 35 or a 45 angle on this. I won't even say it's 45. I want to say it's more like maybe 30 degrees. I'm not sure, but you don't want to go too deep, so that's just that. But like on the edges here, I only went a little bit just to give it that illusion that it's been cut that deep. So I did that on that side and on here, and then also on this side and on this side. So that's it, guys, on this. I probably should zoom out on this so I can keep it in the picture a little bit better. But that's it. The one I did for Facebook, and I put it up there, I did it all in like antique white, and I mixed it in some regular white with it. And I tried to do like a marble look, and then I went in with some black and gray mixed together and try to do some marble lines through it to give it that cool look. And it came out pretty good. I mean, I can show you that one real quick. So that's this one here. So that's that. But the one I'm going to do here, I am actually going to go through and make some small grooves in here and everything else. I want to paint this one brown and make it look more like a wooden pillar instead. The white here, when I did that, I had to use like 3 coats of the white paint just to cover up the foam here, because it just kept leaking through, and I didn't like that bluish green teal look coming through. So it took me a little while to cover this, but I'm gonna paint this one black, and then do some brown on it, and do some little lines and some little circles in it, make it look like it's been carved out of wood. So that's it. So when you guys come back, actually, you know, before I do that, I should show you the next part. Okay, guys, so to make the bases, I used a company called Woodpile. Both of them are from Woodpile. I think I probably got these at Hobby Lobby, maybe Michael's, I'm not sure. But I use these 1-inch, 1/8 thick circles. There's 12 in a bag. They're kind of round. They're rounded. So these are going to be awesome for this. It'll look like it's actually a part of it and everything else. And then you'll have a top and a bottom. And then I took this bag. I have another bag of these. And there's a whole bunch of circles. There's like 3 sizes circles in there. This is a 135 piece circle thing. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take these like this. I'll put this circle on top of that circle, or I'll use the circle a little bit bigger, because no, I think that's about the right size. and then I'll just glue those together. I'll clamp them down until they're dry, and then I'll go ahead and paint these brown also. So you'll do 2 of these because you'll need one for the bottom and you'll need one for the top. So I'm gonna go do those. Okay guys, I thought I'd show you real quick. This is my first time doing this like this with this kind of not with this type of material, but with this kind of angle, because I'm not really going with the grain at all. You're kind of going across the grain, so it might rip a little bit, but I'm just being very careful with my blade, and I'm trying to draw some uneven lines so they're not straight. I'm hoping this comes out good. I'm just putting in some lines, trying to give it some kind of wood texture. Some of it probably won't look too realistic in a way, because it's kind of hard to get some nice curves on this tiny little bit of detail you have to work with. But I'm going to try a couple different things and see what happens. But I just thought I'd show you this is really all I'm doing. So there you are, 2 finished square spiral pillars. Now when I did the first one, which is the white one there, I tried to give it a marble look. And that was the first one I did. Now the one that I did for this video was the wooden one here. I wanted to see if it was able to give it a interesting wood texture and see if it would work, and it seemed to come out pretty good. So there you guys go. That's how to make a square spiral pillar. So if you have any questions or any comments, please put them down, and like always, remember to ring that like button like a hunchback. Until next time.